Good morning, students. How are you all today? Fine? Very good. Yes, I am also fine. Yes. So, have you all done your breakfast? Good. Yes, very good. Oh, you eat parantha in your breakfast. Oh, very good. So, we all have to take a healthy breakfast in morning. Okay, so we will going to start the new story in today's class. And before going to start that chapter, I'm going to ask some questions. Yes? Yeah, don't be afraid and nervous that how we will give the answers. You will give the answer easily. Okay? So just try to give answer fastly because we have to start the chapter also. So let's start. Are you all ready? Good. So my first question. Okay. So tell me, do you love your parents? Yes? Yes, we all love our parents. Okay, so my next question. Now tell me, if your father or your mother scold you on your mistake, if your father or your mother scold you on your mistake, what was your feeling? Yes, please respond me fastly. Okay, now tell me, Akhil, you feel sad. Okay. Anyone else want to give any other answer? Yes, Ariba, stand up and give the answer. Okay, you will angry. Okay. So this kind of reaction we all are having in our uh, heart whenever our parents or means our father or mother scold us on our mistake. Yes, Johar, do you want to say anything? Okay, oh, okay, good. So as Johar said that if we are doing some mistake and we feel sorry, then we have to say sorry to our parents also. So that is also the good way to express our feeling. Yes, very good, Johar. So we sometimes we feel sad also because we do mistakes and our parents scold us. At that time we feel sad also, and sometimes we will get angry with them also. So that is our feelings. Okay, so now next question. Do you think that they scold you or beat you because they don't love you? Yes or no? No? Yes. So big, I think you all are big one. So now you will understand that how your parents were doing things and what was the actions of your parents. So it is very good that you understand the feelings of your parents also. So we have to understand they only scold us when they want to learn you a good thing. Means if you are making mistakes and on that if they will scold you or beat you, then only purpose for beating you or for scolding you is to take you to the right path. So for that they are doing this. And when we became younger, then we understand this thing. Okay, when we grew up, we understand our parents and their feelings too. So that is the thing which we get when we grew up. Okay, so like that, In today's class, we are going to start the new story, which is related to the relationship of a father with her little girl and the feeling of a little girl. Okay, so now I think now you will get the idea of the topic. Yes? Yes or no? Yes? Very good. So let's start the story. So, my dear student, today we are going to start the story of a young girl, of a little girl, and the whole story was revolved around her. Means the whole story was tell according to her point of view. Okay, so the chapter name is The Little Girl. Yes. Okay, so now I think it is clear to you. And the narrator name is Catherine Mansfield. Yes, I think up to this you are clear that what we are going to discuss in the class. Yes, good. You get the idea of it. Okay. Please close your books. I'm going to read the story and you just listen it carefully, and the is where we have to take the pauses and where we have to stop so that you have to focus on it. Okay, so just listen me carefully. I am going to read the story. So now all of you close your books. Okay. The little girl. To the little girl, he was a figure to be feared and avoided. Every morning before going to work, he came into her room and gave her a casual kiss, to which she responded with goodbye, father, and oh, there was a glad sense of relief when she heard the noise of the carriage growing fainter down the long road. In the evening, when he came home, she stood near the staircase and heard his loud voice in the hall. Bring my tea into the drawing room. Hasn't the paper come yet? Mother, go and see if my paper out there and bring me my sleepers. Kezia, mother would call to her, if you are good girl, can you come down and take off father boots? Slowly the girl could slip down the stair, more slowly still across the hall, and push open the drawing room door. By that time, he had his spectacles on and looked at her over them in a way that was terrifying to the little girl. Well, Kezia, hurry up and pull off these boots and take them outside. Have you been a good girl today? I did not, father. You did not, father. No, if you subtler like that, mother will take you to the doctor. She never settled with other pupils, had quite give it up, but only with father because then she was trying too hard to say the word properly. What's the matter? What are you looking so wretched about? Mother, I wish you taught this child not to appear on the brink of suicide. Here, Kezia, carry my teacup on back to the table carefully. She was so big, his hands and his neck about him alone was like thinking about a giant. On Sunday afternoon, grandmother sent her down to the drawing room to have a nice talk with father and mother. But the little girl always found mother reading and father stretched out on the sofa, his handkerchief on his face and his feet on one of the best cushions, sleeping soundly and snoring. She sat on the stove gravely, watched him until he woke and stretched, and asked the time, then looked at her. Don't stare so, Kezia. You look like a little brown owl. One day, when she was kept indoors with a cold, her grandmother told her that father's birthday was next week and suggested she should make him a pincushion for a gift out of a beautiful piece of yellow silk. So, I think it is clear to you till this paragraph? Yes? So please now open your books. Okay. So all of you open your books. Open? Good. So I am reading. You just have a look in your book and I am going to explain you that what was going on this in this story. So in the first paragraph, to the little girl he was a figure to be feared and avoided. Every morning before going to work he came into her room and gave her a casual kiss, to which she responded with "Goodbye, father." And oh, there was a glad sense of relief when she heard the noise of a carriage growing fainter and fainter down the long road. In the evening, when he came home, she stood near the staircase and heard his loud voice in the hall. "Bring my tea into my room." "Hasn't the paper come yet?" "Mother, go and see if my paper's out there, and bring my slippers." So in this paragraph, this was a little girl and who was having a fear from his father, and she don't go in front of his father. When her father entered in the drawing room, at that time she was standing on the staircase and she was listening her father. Her father asked for the newspaper and also for the sleepers. Then what happened after that? Kezia's mother would call to her, "If you are a good girl, you can come down and take off father's boots." Slowly, the girl would slip down the stair more slowly, still across the hall, and push open the drawing room door. By that time, he had his spectacles on and looked at her over them in a way that was terrifying to the little girl. "Well, Kezia, hurry up and pull off these boots and take them outside. Have you been a good girl today?" Then in this paragraph, what happened? The Kezia mother called Kezia to come down the stair and take off her father's shoes and also come. faster, but she was come from the stairs very slowly because she was very much feared with her father. That's why she came slowly and then opened the door of the drawing room. She came inside and then put off her father's shoes. So at that time her father was seeing her, that she was looking terrifying also because she was having fear of her father. Then her father said him that hurry up Kezia, that you have to take that shoes outside and be a good girl. Then I didn't know father. She was taking lot of pauses, or she was break down the words so that the words were not clear, that she was not able to speak the word fluently. Then her father told us that if you are speaking just like that, your mother will take you to the doctor. She never stuttered with other pupils, had quite give it up, but only with father, because then she was trying so hard to say the word properly. What's the matter? What are you looking so bridged out? Mother, I wish you taught this child not to appear on the brink of suicide. Her Kezia, here, Kezia, carry my teacup back to the table carefully. She was not taking that much pauses when she was talking to someone else. That means that because of her fear, she was talking just like that to her father only, not with other persons in her family. And then father asked to the mother that I wish you taught this child not to appear on the brink of suicide. Brink of suicide means about to commit suicide, means she was not having a soul in herself, means whenever she came in front of her father, at that time she was just look like that she don't have a soul in her, means she don't have energy, she don't have that much good expression on her face whenever she confront with her father. Then he was so big, his hands, his neck, especially his mouth when he yawned. Thinking about him alone was like thinking about a giant. Then what Kezia was thinking, that he was so big, that her father was so big, and his hand and his neck was also big, and his mouth, whenever he yawned, at that time his mouth was big enough, it was just look like a giant. On Sunday afternoon, grandmother sent her down to the drawing room to have a nice talk with father and mother. But the little girl always found mother reading and father stretched out on the sofa, his handkerchief on his face, his feet on one of the best cushions, sleeping soundly and soaring. On Sunday, her grandmother tell Kezia to go down the stair and go in the drawing room to have a nice talk with her father and mother both. Then what happened after that? The little girl always found that the mother was reading something and her father was sleeping. With a snoring sound, he was sleeping on the sofa. She sat on a stool, gravely watched him until he woke and stretched and asked the time, then looked at her. Then she go there and then sit on the stool, and she was looking to her father, and when he woke up, he stretched and asked the time. The father asked the time with Kezia, that what was the time, then looked at her, then he looked at her downstairs. So Kezia, you look like a little brown owl. One day, when she was kept indoor with a cold Her grandmother told her that father's birthday was next week. On one day, what happened when she was having cold and she was in her room, at that time grandmother go there and tell her that your father's birthday was on the upcoming week, and suggested she could make him a pin cushion for a gift out of a beautiful piece of yellow silk, and also suggest him to give a gift, and in gift she will give a beautiful pin cushion for her father, which is made up of yellow silk. So now I think it is clear up to here. Yes. Okay, so read out all the paragraph till the fourth one. Yes, till the fourth paragraph you have to read it silently, and then if you are having any problem, then please ask me, and also find out some difficult words from that paragraphs also. Okay, yes, so read it. Okay, so now write down some of the new words in your copy. I'm going to write on the board. So just have a look and please write down in your copy also. Okay. So the first one is upset. Upset. What is the meaning of upset? Unhappy. Yes. Then the second one is fainter. Fainter means feeling weak and dizzy. Feeling weak, feeling weak and dizzy. Okay. Then next one, slip down. Slip down means come down quietly and unwillingly. Slip down means come down quietly quietly or unwillingly. Okay, so next one is terrifying. Terrifying means causing to feel terror. Terrifying means causing to feel terror. Causing to feel terror. Yes. Then the next one is stutter. Stutter. Stutter means stammer. Stammer. Yes. Then next one is wretched. Wretched means unhappy. Wretched means unhappily. Okay, so write down in your copy all the words, and now it is clear to you. Yes, the story is clear to you or not? Okay, good. So right now, and you all copied these new words in your copy or not? Okay, good. I'm going to ask some questions related to the story which I covered in today's class. Yes, which we covered in today's class. I'm going to ask some questions related to it. Okay, so are you all ready? Yes, students, ready? Good. So, my first question. Why was Kezia afraid of her father? Yes, try to give answer fastly. Why was Kezia afraid of her father? Yes, very good. Yes, he was a strict person. Yes, that's why she was afraid of her father. Good. Sit down. Yes. Okay, so my next question. Who were the pupil in Kezia family? Who were the pupil in Kezia family? Yes. Ashifa, please stand up and give the answer. Who were the pupil in Kezia's family? You don't know? You don't know who were the family members in Kezia family? Why? Are you not listening the story? Nobody know that who were the family members in Kezia family? Yes. Yes, Shaima, please stand up and give the answer. Yes, very good, Shaima. Just please be attentive in the class. Whenever I am explaining the things and whenever I am reading, please be careful and be conscious to give the answers correctly. Yes, please sit down and just focus in the class. And Shaima, good, very good. Just sit down. Okay, the next question. Why did Kezia stutter in front of her father? Yes, please try to give answer fastly. Yes, Akhil, very good, very good. Sit down. Okay, so our next question. What did Kezia expect of her father? What did Kezia expect of her father? Yes, yes, Arif. Please stand up and give the answer. Yes, love and care. Okay, good. Now, the next question, and this was the last question. Discuss a character sketch of Kezia's father. Yes, try to give answer fastly. Yes, Johar. And first stand up, then give the answer. Can you please speak little bit up? Yes, good. Sit down. Anyone else want to give answer? Yes, Arslan. Yes, stand up. Yes. Very good. Yes. So this is the right answer of this question. Sit down. Very good. So I think you all of you understand the story till this paragraph. Okay. Yes? Okay. So till this paragraph you just start reading one by one. Okay. So first Akhil, you stand up and read the paragraph. Yes, from the first paragraph you just read it. Yes. Sit down. Okay. Now, Johar, you stand up and read it. Yes. Good. So I think it is clear to you. I am just giving you the overall view about the story till this paragraph once again, then I think you will get it in a proper way. So what happened from the first paragraph, we noticed that Kezia was having a fear of her father, and that's why when her father entered to the drawing room, at that time she was standing on the staircase and she was listening the noises which was coming from the drawing room, that her father was asking for a newspaper and for the sleeper. And after that her mother came to Kezia to take that sleeper and take put that boots from the drawing room and near to the father and take it outside. And then she slipped down to the staircase, means she was coming slowly because she was having a fear of her father because of her strict nature, that's why. So she entered to the drawing room and then she put that boot and going outside. At that time, her father asked for something, and she was taking lot of pauses while speaking. So that was the thing which was done only in front of her father, not with the other person. Whenever she was talking with other person, she talked in a proper way. But whenever she was talking to the her father, at that time she was stammer. So that is the thing which was only in front of her father. Then after that what happened, then she came outside, and then one day her grandmother told her to go and talk with her parents nicely. Then she go there in the drawing room, she saw that her mother was reading something and her father was sleeping, but she was sit at the stool there and then watching to her, means she was staring to her father. When her father wake up and she noticed that he noticed that Kezia was watching him, so he said to her that you are just looking like a brown owl. That because the owl was also staring like that, she was staring to her father. Then one day her grandmother told her that your father's birthday was on next week, so you can and she also suggests her to give a gift, and to in a gift she has to give a pin cushion which is made up of yellow silk. So, till this paragraph, we read it and we also understand that Kezia was a little girl who was very much frightened with her father because of her strict nature. When we are little ones, at that time, we all are having that kind of feeling in ourselves. But when we grow up, we understand the parents and their feelings too. So that was the nature which is shown here about the little girl. So I think it is clear up to here. Yes. So write down the homework. In the homework, you have to write a short paragraph about your feeling towards your parents. Yes, write down a short paragraph about your feelings towards your parents. Okay, so that's all for today's class. Thank you.